Viaan Electronics for their presentation, and I'm going to awkwardly pin this on him. I'm not really.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. It's a big turnout today. I guess this is the biggest turnout, and we moved to a new room. Thank you, Kent, for moving to a bigger room for me. Appreciate that. So sometimes I wonder, how would it be for Shakespeare to be in English class, or if you were the English teacher of the Shakespeare? So that's just one of the wondering I do sometimes. But then at Viaan Electronics, as engineers, we do wonder about a lot of things, how to make certain gadgets work, how to make certain businesses work. So what we basically do is we go into businesses, we see what products they're selling, we understand what they're doing, we understand what their processes are, and then we try to bring all the technology into their businesses in the ERP systems, or if we have to enhance their products, or we have to upgrade their products, and we provide them all their products. So what's happening in Wichita or in all Kansas and all that stuff is companies who have been there for about 20 years, they have made a prototype product or a product, and they have been milking money off just that one product for 20 years. And a lot of small businesses are like that. So what we have done in a few companies is we have gone there and we said, fire your engineering, hire us, and we will do a better job for you guys. And it has been successful a little bit. What has been more successful is work with their engineering, provide them the right tools, and provide them the right technology so they can support their own equipment and stuff like that. So what we do at in Viaan Electronics is we do a lot of Internet of Things, a lot of hardware electronics development from the scratch. We don't buy off-the-shelf modules or Arduinos and put it together and slap it together and make something work. We do everything from scratch, from the PCB layout to electronics to connected development. We develop web portals, we develop apps which are morely connected apps to the devices which are trying to go do something. So all in all, we are one of the one company in whole Midwest which can do the hardware and the software under one roof. And we have clients who are in Wichita. We have about 5 clients now in Wichita, but we do have clients coming to us from California, from New York, from Kansas City, from Dallas, from Austin, and we are growing a little bit more slowly. Regarding IoT, we work in manufacturing, industrial, agriculture, transportation, government. All in all, what we think is somebody says, you guys are everywhere. And we come to a point is where the basic electronic structure is the same. It's just the representation of data is represented differently in different industries. So we know how to do electronics at the ground level. We know how to do the software and the IoT at the ground level, and we can make it look like to however it needs to be. Some of the services we do is hardware development, software development, web and app development. Web and app development is mostly towards an integrated IoT, which is connected to hard devices or components, a machine to do something. Currently, we released another ERP supply chain portal about 2 months ago, and is being in all over US and all over Europe right now, which can, for a certain oil company, which defines or which tracks about 1/10 of a quart of oil everywhere it goes, even if it's on any tanker or if it gets into a car or how it goes, where it goes. You can track in all US and all Europe. Imagine what data would that do, and what can you do with that data? So that's for Viaan Electronics a little bit. And then I think I have something here, if it works. One of our director of engineering here, Brian, cooked this up in about 2 nights, where I believe 2 weeks ago there was a quick presentation by the dry cleaning, in the bag dry cleaners, correct? So we thought, okay, how can we do to improve that? And from there we sat around and we were like, okay, we can probably improve several different industries just for that. Would it be nice, I guess a lot of people dry clean here, just raise your hands, how many people dry clean? A lot of them, right? Would it be nice for you guys, so when you pull up to the dry cleaners, the guy inside just comes outside and takes the clothes, or if your dry cleaning has been done, just comes and puts the clothes in your car and you're on the way without waiting? Would that be better at all? Yes? Right? So something like that. See, a small tracker we built, which which goes up to, not this exactly tracker, but a different one, which goes up to, the range is about 800 feet. So 800 feet, or not 800 feet actually, about 3,000 meters. So 3,000 meters, 1,000 meters to 3,000 meters. So if your car is within that area, right, it will recognize that the car is within that area. And by our ERP system and the dry cleaners, you can check if that person's dry cleaning is done or not. If the dry cleaning is done, correct, that person can send a signal to the car on a cigarette car charger lighter or something like that, where it has a button, the light will come, hey, your dry cleaning's ready, just go by and pick it up. As soon as the driver goes there and like just displaying this, if the driver is far away and as the driver approaches close, it says the customer has arrived basically. And as soon as the customer has arrived within that proximity, the dry cleaning person gets alerted that this customer is coming to me and he needs his clothes. He can get ready with his clothes, just get out, put the car in. And this also has NFC in it, and it also has a specific MAC address in it where you can load up your payment details, which is according to your account and all that, so you never have to swipe a credit card again. You do the account setup once, all of that just happens seamlessly. So that's just one dry cleaning industry if you think of it, right? I mean, this gadget could be made into a small cigarette lighter with a couple of buttons on it where you can go like, when you can click on it and say, I'm coming to pick up laundry now, then only you can track me kind of thing. Does that make sense? Not on the mobile app where the GPS can track you every time. This would not track you on the GPS, but this would just tell you you are around that certain area, so it does not, you do not lose your privacy.
Awesome. Thank you. We're going to open it up for questions. If anybody has a question, please raise your hand. Thank you.
There's a lot of interest in the automotive industry about Internet of Things devices. Have you explored automotive at all right now?
Yes, we have. We're working with one entrepreneur from Wichita itself. He works with Spirit Aero Systems. He has come up with a couple of automotive gadgets to prevent dents and stuff like that in the car, and also in what direction he's driving. Some of the I cannot release a lot of information, but yes, we are working on it. We are also working on a very complex asset management system, not just for the cars, but for construction and agriculture industries, which will also give you fuel management also. And also your location and theft prevention and all that stuff. So we're working on something like that, which we plan to release January of next year.
Any questions?
That was good, I guess.
You did a good job of explaining it, I guess.
I think so.
One more.
How are you guys currently bringing in more clients?
How? It's just a word of mouth. It's just a word of mouth. We have been to a trade show twice, I guess, one time in Kansas City and one time in Wichita Industrial Trade Show. But the Wichita Industrial Trade Show more for like manufacturing, but not for design. We did not get that much great feedback to it. And that's all we have done marketing too, and we haven't done a lot of sales and a lot of marketing. It's just been mostly word of mouth and references only. And we're going to a trade show next week also to Kansas City, and then we're going to go to another trade show in Austin, which is in September or October, and which is directly targeted to IoT, and we're also doing an hour seminar also there.
How do you handle the ownership of the intellectual property?
So there are different avenues depending on how you pay us. So if you basically pay us, hey, here you go, here's all of it, full engineering fee and all that stuff, then you basically own everything, every bit of it, correct? If we work with partnerships also, like if you don't have enough capital, then we would invest for you. If you have an idea, then we also have a bank of investors who, if they like the idea, then they trust us to build it, they trust you to run it, and then we basically build a product and release it in the market. So it's different ways depending upon who owns the integrity. And as a designer, if you come and say, okay, I need a Bluetooth gadget, which if I push turns the light on, and if I push turns the light off, correct? And if I make something for you, personally, there's really nothing intellectual about it because Bluetooth and all that stuff exists everywhere. So as a design company, I cannot be restricted in developing more Bluetooth gadgets if I need to. Does that make sense? So whatever is intellectual or patented, we will patent it for you. But if there's something not to be patented or secured, then there's no need to do that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure this mic is working, but okay. The question I had was related to your example for your device for the laundry order. Seems to me that the way that automotive technology is going is that people are downloading apps into their cars to accommodate this types of things. Are you more focused on the hardware solutions, or are you also working to generate app solutions that could be downloaded into a car, for instance?
Yes. So we do hardware solutions, we do app solutions also. Along with this, there would be an app which is connected to it. But what happens in the app industry now is there are so many apps out there that are going to get lost. Plus, maintaining an app and maintaining the whole software database is a lot more money than we think of it, because there's a lot of database. You have to hire a couple of software guys and all that stuff, and then there's a maintenance yearly fee for that. For these hardwares, there's really no yearly maintenance fee. It's just $20 you buy it once and it works, right? And until it breaks, you keep on running. And since that concept was not battery operated, it basically runs the whole time while you are using it. And it's more controlled towards these industries.
So, hold on. Yeah. So with I've done software for hire before. I've done apps for hire. I've done that for a long time. And one of the things I've always found as a problem is that when people have an idea and they base their entire business off of this software, it's the backbone of the entire thing, which it sounds like a lot of your customers do. And the contract ends, and the maintenance support, they need a new feature. They need to do something else with that. They need to grow it. They end up not having the ability to do that without an in-house software team. What's your experience been like in that, or have you had an experience with that?
Well, most of our customers, well, we have two customers for which we have completed a very big IoT projects. One is in US and one is in Germany. Think of it as we finished the project and now we are just on their support staff. So we're basically on an hourly basis. If they need some kind of a support, we support them right away, and there it goes. So we have enough engineers on board who can support that many people right away and not charging them like a full-time fee or something like that forever.
Excuse me, I got a question here. What's your name?
Jay?
Jay, okay. Jay, my name is Willie, and how long have you been in business, first off?
How long?
Yeah.
I've been in this business for about 3 years, yes.
About 3 years, okay.
I started in the basement just by myself. We created the whole IoT project in the basement. We ran out of my space in the basement for about 2,000 square foot. People were sitting in cubicles like Chinese workers. And then we had to make a decision to move out. So we moved out. We are now in a downtown space, and it seems like now the downtown space is cramping too. So we may have to relocate or go to a bigger space again.
Great.
But that's
Good
a
luck,
small history.
because I'm hearing you talk and your technology and what you have to offer to businesses. Have you focused on, and are you concentrating on a certain industry?
We're concentrating on all industries,
all
because
industries,
because
so
the electronics on the root level, the IoT on the root level is same. We have already developed the whole infrastructure. We have already learned the hard lessons, how all these wireless technologies, how all these sensors and everything, and all the servers and data mining and all that stuff are connected. And we are partners with Verizon. We're design partners with Verizon. We're design partners with Siemens and CenturyLink, which is a big fiber optic company too. So we are already design partners for those guys. So we have already built infrastructure to bring any product to life very quickly. So we are not targeting just one industry.
Have you considered the food service and restaurant industry?
Yes, I believe we are in, Bodhi is one of our business development guys. He's been talking to Schwann's, is that correct? One of the companies, Schwann's, I believe is in Newton or Salina. And there are some talks going regarding something automating their full lineup and all that stuff. We're also speaking to Cargill in conjunction with Verizon to do something for them, because I believe we have found a space where they're losing some money on a certain end, and we may be able to save that.
So, do you make minimum viable products, or do you make like finish-in products to where when I leave you, I wouldn't need to go to get something else?
So we do just prototyping also, and we also do all the way from the idea concept on a napkin to all the way to production. Okay, we also have currently 3 employees in China who are overseeing we made 3 commercial products, and they are overseeing the production of those commercial products, making sure it's of good quality and all that. We also do production in US and China also. So we don't have manufacturing, but we support all the way to the production, so you only have to sell and not have to worry about making it. So it's a complete circle what we're doing, starting from all the way to design, all the way down to production to getting the product to sell.
I was wondering if you've ventured into the in-home technology market where you are doing things to allow people to age in their homes and have some kind of alert system that would alert caregivers or adult children as to needs within the home.
We started a project regarding looking at the adult people and the children who are living by themselves or living at the nursing homes or the old age living homes kind of thing, where we made a small watch and a bracelet kind of thing, and we worked our way through towards a very low Bluetooth, low energy stuff. So we can actually, the internal community can track where that person is. We can also track if the person is having jitters, if the person is falling down, if the person is not moving for a certain amount of time, if the person is, what was the other one? Similar to those, the same sensor does all these things. And we were halfway done, the prototype was done, and then we are in some kind of stuck stage of, let's say, how to get to market, because I personally cannot finance all the projects. So we are looking for more investors to jump in and all that stuff. And then we're working on that too, yes. So that part is coming.
Thank you, Jay. As a community, what can we do to help you?
If you guys are looking for anything related to electronics, you have an idea, we'll be happy to talk to. We have investors in place. If there's a good idea, we can invest, we can partner with you guys. If you guys are in any industrial environment, or if you have friends in your industrial Wichita manufacturing communities and stuff, I can guarantee you that I can pretty much walk into any company and tell them that I can make your product better, cheaper, and faster. So please spread the word.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.